Ladies and gentle giants from around the world, my name is Dr. Stuffnar. Welcome back to the Brief Vapes channel, where I try to give as brief a summary as possible, or try to, being the operative word there, on a piece of vaping gear. And today, I'm dressed nowhere near conservatively enough for this review, I have to say. We're going to be looking at the Petri RTA by Dotmod. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking it looks stunning. That's what you're thinking. But Dotmod recently have gone through quite a bit of controversy, shall we say. They recently moved their manufacturing from the US over to China, presumably to save money. I'm not an expert when it comes to this. I don't know the economics of building devices in general. I don't know anything about it. I assume that's why they did it, to save money. And I think the reason... I've got a message here. Go away. I assume the reason they did that was to save money. And I think a lot of people were upset with Dotmod because the prices didn't adjust to show that, which is totally fair enough. I'm not going to say that that's wrong or anything like that, but nobody ever said China couldn't make a great product. It's probably some of your favourite devices were made in China. It's just as simple as that, really. So that's my point, really. I think more of an effort needs to be made to say that. And I'm not saying that the people who have a problem with Dotmod not adjusting their prices is wrong. It's a totally valid opinion, but we have to remember that China have made some cracking gear in the past. Especially when it comes to vape gear. Some of the best gear you can currently buy is made and designed in China. It's as simple as that. So, the Dotmod Petri RTA. How much did I pay for it? £70, including shipping, which is a lot of money. It's gold plated. It's a 22mm in diameter, not in diameter, sorry, in width, and it's a 2ml capacity RTA with a very fiddly build deck, very fiddly. Now, what I've said there might have already turned you off, but there's some caveats to that. Let's start with the build deck. The build deck is principally very much like the iJoy Tornado. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that the iJoy Tornado, whilst a very fiddly build deck, is one of my favourite flavour RTAs. It's all subjective, of course, and a lot of people would say I was mental for saying that, but I do genuinely think that, and it's very fiddly to build on. More fiddly to build on than this is here. You have to take the build deck out of the actual base of the atomizer, hold the pin in your hands with the build deck sitting astride it, and post your cotton and build on it basically like that. It's a similar situation with this, except you don't have to take the... Oh, sorry, that was my computer, not yours. You don't have to take the build deck off the base of the atomizer itself. You can build on top of mods and stuff like that, so it's not all terrible. 2ml capacity for another con. I'm just going to do all the cons first, then I'm going to say what I love about this and why I think necessarily that doesn't matter necessarily. The 2ml capacity. If you put big, not necessarily big because as it's 22mm, it won't accommodate big builds. But if you put, say, a small set of staples in here, it will drink the juice very fast. You'll be refilling within the hour, no doubt, if you're a chain vapor, probably even less than that. But I mean, you've seen it. Look at it. It's a beautiful piece of design work. It's absolutely machined down to a T, and the threading is silky smooth. Everything about it, everything about its design, sorry, is I love it. I think it's a beautiful tank, and I don't like gold, generally speaking. But I think, and this is the big caveat, I think this is one of the, if not the best RTA I've ever tried in terms of flavour. It's a postless deck, very easy to build on. I'm using the standard set of Claptons you get in the box, which are very well made. They come out at 0.17. I'm using it at 70 watts. And it really does kick the flavour more than anything else. Sorry, it's getting very cloudy in here now. And that's why I think this is an RTA worth buying. If you're very serious into vaping and you consider it, like I said before, in videos where I've talked about the Hexome or something like the Cosmonaut RTA, if you're big into vaping, you're obviously chasing something. For me, it's flavour. That's what I'm constantly chasing. And I think I've found the RTA that provides flavour that I really have been struggling to get in RTAs for quite a while now. So that's pretty much the long and short of it, really, guys. As I said, this is Brief Vapes. I'm not going to crack down the tank or anything and show you exactly the specifics and every grub screw and stuff like that. I genuinely think this is worth looking into if you like the design of it, and if you don't mind the fiddly build deck, and if you don't mind the 22mm width, and if you don't mind the 2ml. That's a lot of caveats. I totally understand why people think this might be a complete waste of money, and I can totally understand that. But I think it pays off in the end. I think all of that is worth it for what is, in my opinion, the best flavour RTA I've ever tried, personally. That's the long and short of it, guys, really. I've tried to make this video as short as possible. I've recorded it 3 times. I've tried to keep it below 10 minutes, and I've managed to do it this time around. I've cut out a load of things I was going to say in favour of things that I think are very important to say, because this is the Brief Vapes channel, and I want to provide you with the necessary information, as well as my own personal opinion as an aficionado of the hobby. So thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been my review of the 22mm Dotmod Petri RTA. Just remember, it's just an opinion, and it's just my opinion. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. God, it's good. It's very good. I'm not lying, honest.